beautiful people. I am in hiding off camera today, but welcome to the channel. We are here to go over the Housewives of Rhode Island. This is the reunion part 1, season 1, episode 13. I had a couple versions of this recorded on my DVR. It recorded the uncensored and extended version of the reunion. I did not know there was an uncensored or extended version. But what's poppin', James Jackson? Happy Monday. The link to James's book is on the Watch Your Best Friends channel, which I see people are subscribing to. We appreciate you guys. It is also, I believe, on my channel. But I just like to support Black-owned businesses, Black-owned entrepreneurs, creatives, especially creatives. So let's support the book. I just thought about the book.
Oh, thank you. That makes me happy.
Anywho, happy Monday, James.
Happy Monday.
The link to James's channel is in the description of this video. Is also on your screen if you decide to type it into your phone or computer. We both do a lot of content. We both have a lot of changes coming to our channels, but we are both hanging in there and getting it done. But we have made it to the end of the Housewives of Rhode Island. Please also see the links for the other creators in the description. How do you feel if you had to rate the Rhode Island reunion part 1 on a scale of 1 to 3, with 3 being the absolute best thing that tickled your pickle? How would you rate it?
A 1.
Not a 1.
Here's the thing. They did great for a first season. They kept me entertained. The drama was authentic because they all have history with each other. But what we not going to do is act like this ain't the regular forum. They didn't do nothing that was spectacular outside of the box that I'm like, yes, this is a Housewives franchise, or nothing nostalgic that makes me go, oh my God, I miss when Housewives was this great.
I think they just gave us how it used to be on Housewives, where you just saw a bunch of women you wouldn't expect acting a fool, but not. It was refreshing to get stuff that wasn't manufactured drama-wise.
Yes.
Like, we're so used to having to deal with blogs and stuff. I do appreciate that. I went out on a limb covering this show, but it worked out. So I'm happy about that. Let's welcome in the chat and moderators. American Board 2, welcome in. I appreciate you. Sandra, another fellow content creator. You guys, she also covers this show. She usually covers it a few hours before I do, but tap in. I will find her review once I am done with this and I will share it. But please subscribe. I enjoyed her channel a lot. We put that. I was late telling on myself. They are greeting you, James.
Hello.
The link to James's channel is in the...
Thank you, American Born.
It is there. Now you guys can click it. Please click it. Please click it. Please click it. You gave it a 3. Oh, I love that. I love that. James, those are fighting words.
I'm sorry, I don't fight, but I can't say it's quite a 3. I might bump it up to a 2, depending on how reunion part 2 goes.
Fair. That's fair. Liz vaped on the stage. That's never been done. Liz, talk about... I feel
that's
like
the problem.
She's trying to quit smoking, but if you're vaping... So I smoked cigarettes from like 15 and I stopped at like 27. What helped me stop smoking cigarettes was vaping, because you can control your nicotine. Maybe Liz is doing that, but I'm like, dang, you got a vape on stage? You couldn't hold it? Can't hold it, Liz? Lord.
Liz was stressed. Liz was stressed. That's why let me tell you something. Liz was stressed out. Liz, y'all gonna give Liz a heart attack on this show. I'm just gonna let y'all know that now. Shit, y'all gonna give Liz a heart attack because Liz was stressed. Maybe Liz, I was like, girl, it ain't that serious.
People who lie as fast as Liz does on the slide, okay, they worry me. But Liz did act. She really did act a fool. I'm not gonna lie. She did act a fool. She absolutely did. Rula and Joellen almost came to blows. I don't think they were gonna come to blows. Sorry, I just got off work. I look crazy, but hey. I don't think they almost came to blows. I think Joellen has a lot of self-control.
I agree.
I didn't think that at first, but after seeing her with Liz and then seeing her, because the way Rula acted, I'm gonna let y'all know right now, Rula got on every nerve that is in my body, under my I mean, Rula is why people don't like Geminis. Like, what were you doing, Miss Rula? Why were you doing it? We're going to get into it, but she really got on my nerves. Yes, this is Sandra P's channel. Yes. Look at you. My God, American Born, you really are the moderator of the year. Like, moderator of the year. It was iconic. Come on, like Dorit smoking in the car. It was funny. I'm just like Liz, but y'all know when Dorit smoked in the car, I was such a mood killer, Debbie Downer, because I don't like that lady so much that I was just like, we're gonna give her all of this because she smoked a cigarette. Like, that's what we're doing. Liz is definitely immature. Yeah, Rula made my teeth itch to points where I really wanted to go to the dentist. She was too much. She has the new nose of a Disney character. Like
it moved like it's not on her face because it kept moving left, right. It kept going up, down. I thought a nose was supposed to stay still. Like, it's one thing for your nostrils to flare, but why is your nose moving left, right, up, down, and swing around?
It looked like the Dr. Seuss, you know, the Who people, how their noses do that little slope. She's got a Whoville nose. That's what it reminded me of.
That can't be the nose that you paid for, Rula. I know.
She says she want her nose as slender as she is because.
Okay, but they could have. Never mind. If she like it, I love it. I love to laugh at it.
What's poppin', Naya? I hope that you are doing well this week and today. Yes, please support Kiwan J. These links are also in the description of this video. My braids are itching and I'm trying not to. Definitely a Whoville nose, and her husband don't want the new or the old face. Ain't that? Ooh. Yeah, that part, Naya. Ski slope nose look terrible. Not no. Where's Vibe? Hashtag Nosegate. Shout out Vibe X. She waited 25 years for that. 25 years to have a nose that looks like a Whoville character is crazy. But you know what? Rula came on there with a new nose and a thin wig, and she said that she gonna do her big one. She didn't do much but yap and get on our nerves. But honestly, I'm not surprised that Rula came to the reunion like this. But we get into the reunion hella quick. Usually Bravo like shows them walking on the stage, the backstage. They got right into this reunion. Yes, we are aware of Rula's work being done. Again, she looks like an animal in a cartoon movie. But we move on to Kelsey. And Kelsey and Rosie's beef is kind of where we start, which was an interesting place to start, but I think it was appropriate. Kelsey and Rosie just have not seen eye to eye most of the season, partially because it seems like Joe Ellen and Kelsey and that whole little crew at first was trying to basically give us an idea of Rosie that was not who Rosie was before anybody got the chance to get to know her. And so when Rosie started fighting back, they could not stand it. And this turned into a bigger beef. They discussed how it started with the fact that Rosie got her hair cut by Kelsey after Kelsey got her cosmetology license. I guess Kelsey was upset because Rosie did not post her on Instagram. Now, Ashley chimed in, and I was kind of here for Ashley because Ashley let us know. And Ashley also listened to her friend when she said, defend me more, and has clearly been doing that. But Ashley chimed in and was like, okay, she didn't post you, but she still let you do her hair. And she paid you, and there's a Venmo as proof. I said, you paid for that? So if I pay someone to do my hair, I am not going to then like feel like I have to post them also. I've already paid you. Now I have to post you? Why do I have to do so much when I paid you? I'm the customer. What the fuck you doing for me? Most people, when they get their hair done, I'm just saying, you have your, like, I just got my hair done. My braider said, can I take a picture of you so I could post it to draw more clients? Sure. And she did it. And she posted. And she tagged me. And I commented. Do something like that. But to get upset at a paying customer because they did not post your picture, once Ashley and them confirmed that she paid, I was so done, further done with Kelsey. I how do you feel before we move forward and get more into their, discussion? How did you feel at that point? Oh, and also please tell me if your reunion look opinions are still the same.
Oh, I said my best dress was Kelsey, and then my worst dress was Alicia. Um, I'm actually gonna keep it. I did not like Alicia's hair, and I didn't like the dress even live. Kelsey's dress I loved; it was absolutely beautiful. So we got that out the way. What was the other question? Sorry.
No, you're all good. How did you feel about the discussion of the posting? Like after hearing that she paid for the hair, do you feel any differently, or are you still like?
I feel like Kelsey went into overkill about this. I understood what she was saying, and I agree with you. If I've already paid for something, I don't need to shout you out, put you on Instagram. And but however, on the flip side, where Rosie lost me was when she said that, okay, well, you went to Alicia's, but that ain't even Alicia's business. That's Bill's business. And you said you had good pizza there. I did see the correlation. You've known each other the same amount of time. Like, it would have really have been that hard for you to shout her out and help market her because y'all on the same show with each other.
Alicia ain't come for her though. Why I'm gonna shout out somebody I ain't known that long that's done nothing but come for me, say I'm cheating on my husband, I lied about why I lost my job. Why would you then? I think that's what's wrong with Kelsey. She says stuff that makes sense, but she forgets about her
what
actions,
she did.
and it makes it hard for us to defend her.
It does make it hard because she made great valid. That's why I said she made valid points. But the problem is, yeah, you are right. If you've been coming at me all season, no, I'm not going to do that. Despite whatever my hair looked like and how beautiful it was, no, I'm not going to post it. If you've been coming at me, trying to discredit me, my reputation, my house, my man, whatever else, I totally get it. And yeah, I do understand that. That's why I say I understand where Rosie is coming from, and I do agree with you in that sentiment. If Kelsey did not do all those things, I'd have been on Kelsey's side.
Yeah, my bad, y'all. I have a lot going on in my background. She needed to save that for Dusty, for her Dusty husband, Brian. Oh, Lord, Lord, Lord. I can see both sides of the argument. I think it's also just don't be so entitled. Like if you're a new hairstylist, as quiet as it's kept, you just got licensed, lady. You lucky anybody letting you touch their hair. If you didn't have the access that you have, you'd be doing like other stylists and working hard to build up a clientele.
Okay, washing hair up in that big ass kitchen of your, man's mama.
Right. I'm just like, oh, Kelsey. It's like Kelsey be making sense. She just always forgets about her own actions, and if your own actions were, deplorable, then we're not going to care about your point. Naya says she's simple as hell. She is. Agreed. She definitely is. Beautiful gowns, to quote the queen. I didn't like Rula's gown. Rula. Rula was just a hot mess express this entire reunion, from how she looked to how she acted. I don't understand Rula. And I listened to some podcast that Andy Cohen commented on her on, and he was kind of like, she's different. Like you could tell that even he was like weirded out at how she moves and how she thinks. Like Rula, I just don't it's just a train wreck, her whole existence. Kelsey wants to be friends with Rosie, but she has blown it out so far. I agree, AB. I think Kelsey actually liked Rosie, and I don't think Kelsey is this horribly mean person. No shade. Women that are okay with being in relationships like Kelsey, a lot of times they're not mean people. They just get blindsided by the money and then they're dumb. I just view her as a dumb bitch. Like, no shade. I don't think she's a bad person. I think she probably does want to be friends with Rosie, but now, especially since Rosie became a fan favorite, but now it is too little too late. Right. Rula came in on 100, ready to fight. And I don't know if she took some. I don't know what was going on, but Rula was all over the place.
She sure was.
Naya said Brian gassed her up. Maybe he gave her some dick or something. to make her feel
No, she ain't getting no, she ain't getting no dick. If that's how she acted, she ain't getting no dick. Cause I would be just as calm. The thing about it is, Rula is gonna make an absolute fool of herself. And I'm actually excited to see it. I really am. I'm excited to see it because Rula, it's not Joe Ellen's fault. It's not Joe Ellen's fault.
It's not. Your husband is the one. I hate women who do this. You want to be mad at everybody except for the person who has wronged you. Nobody owes you shit except for the person you took vows and paid that $200 or something to be legally wed to. That's all. That's all. Rula came to us. Came to us with the bullshit. That's right, Naya. Shout out Auntie Bertha. She believes whatever he tells her. Joella had me hollering later on in the episode. Joella said, Rula, what do you want from me? I'm telling you, he tells you something's a lie, and then he goes and he prints out fake AI documents to coincide with his lie. I said, oh, Lord, because Joellen is probably right. Joellen is probably right.
Well, Rula looks stupid enough to believe the shit, so I believe her. I do.
I just don't understand with Rula why all her documents are legit and it's not possible for them to have been forged, but everybody else's shit could have been changed, edited, whatever the heck. Like Rula be cracking me up. Brian microdoses that woman.
I agree. I agree. That's the best. That's the best comment you've made, Naya.
To do that with a man that looked like that is a sad thing.
It is.
And I wouldn't fault her for it. Liz got a Whoville nose special like Rachel Fuda. That's who I was thinking about, Kevin. I was trying to be nice. Oh my God. Kevin always comes in with the shit. I can't. Hi, Lexi. Welcome in, my darling. Welcome in. Y'all, but getting back into these ladies. They continue going back and forth. They're trying to find peace. Kelsey and them are discussing the whole comment that was made about her being a slam pig. And it was the funniest thing because Kelsey claims that Rosie instigates her behind her back. I don't believe that at all. It seems like Rosie leaves people alone until she's pushed. Hell, she didn't read Kelsey for filth until her husband gave her permission.
Right.
And when the happy-go-lucky Frank Sinatra singing man gives his woman permission to read someone for filth, it means you've been fucking with her so much that her husband is tired of hearing about it. And that's probably why he said, yeah, cuss that bitch out. That's because that's exactly what my husband would have done. You know, I'm tired of hearing this bitch. If you got to read her for filth, do it. Like, this is exactly what happens. But Kelsey has her own narrative. She admitted no fault in what she did. And I didn't like that because I felt like it's extremely rude to show up to anyone's neighborhood, noise ordinance or not, with a fucking siren blaring, yelling out things about the square footage of somebody's house. Like, it's rude. I don't understand. And they get to the slam pig comment, and Kelsey asked Rosie, do you think I'm a slam pig? And it was funny because at first Rosie was like, well, you know, when we're mad, sometimes we just say things. But I was surprised to find out that the term came from Alicia's friend. I said, not y'all got the term from Alicia's friend. How is Alicia always wrapped up into everything? And when asked if she thinks that Rosie's a slam pig, or if Rosie thinks that Kelsey's a slam pig, Rosie says that she does not think that she is a slam pig. She just doesn't respect how she makes money. And poor Kelsey walked right into it because then they have this exchange about Kelsey sucking dick and all of this stuff for money. And Rosie said something when they start talking about Rosie sleeping with someone at her job. She brings up the fact that she does think that she might do things for money because her coworker, aka the other girlfriend in Florida, is the only other person that Kelsey has worked with. Poor Kelsey just sat there with her mouth open. I want to ask the group though, why is it okay for Kelsey to say whatever the fuck she wants to Rosie about all of the things she's alleged and her house, but then when Rosie gives this bitch right back, what she gives her, y'all are like, come on, come on. No, she proudly came on this show and it was her storyline that she slept with this man for 10 years, knowing he had another full-time girlfriend somewhere else because of the lifestyle. She says she has been unhappy in her relationship for some time, but refused to leave it because of the lifestyle. So I don't understand why they try to make it seem like Rosie is just so mean to Kelsey. When Kelsey, you made this your storyline. You can't then cry when people make you the pun of a joke. Like I don't understand it. But how do you feel about their exchange?
Let me explain something. Kelsey is embarrassed because this didn't do what she thought it was going to do. Meaning was she thought that the fact that she was this man's Rhode Island kept woman, that this was going to be a flex among flexes. That's why she gets embarrassed when someone says, "Oh, you suck dick for a living," and all this and that. Well, lady, you were living in the man's house, and when he came home during the holidays, I'm sure y'all were fucking, and he went and took his ass back to my.
Uh-oh, it muted you.
Oh shit! Yeah, I was on the road here. Like I said, Kelsey, you were embarrassed, and instead of you saying I was embarrassed that I allowed 10 years of my life to be determined by some man just to get some money and to live up in his mama house, I was embarrassed by that. That's plain and simple. I would have respected Kelsey had she said that because you know she's embarrassed by it. You know she's embarrassed by it. That's why it's such offensive. Because let me explain something to y'all. I'm not mad at hoes. I'm not mad at hoes this year, this season, I'm not mad at y'all. I'm really not. Y'all need to stand up strong and proud, stand 10 toes down on what y'all be doing because times are hard. A week worth of the groceries is $300 fucking dollars. Gas is high as fuck. We got a little bit of wages with high ass fucking taxes, baby. Get y'all money. I am not mad at y'all. Like my friend Naya said in the comments, be a proud hoe. Stand in that. If Kelsey would just stand in it, I would have so much more respect for Kelsey. Yeah,
don't use doing a whole like shit as a storyline on a nationally syndicated television show and then act so offended when people bring that up, especially after you allege when this lady works in the television industry that she is cheating with other people and all this crazy stuff. And it just, I just don't feel sorry for Kelsey at all. Either. But they do mention Rosie being named in a police report. And Joellen starts co-signing Kelsey, and they're alleging this because apparently the coach that Rosie is alleged to have cheated with at her television station, Joellen and Kelsey are trying to say that Rosie was in the car when he got his DUI. How did they know this? You think they'd have a receipt. Miss, I came with receipts, Joellen, this bitch. But no, she says she has cop friends that told her about the report, who wrote the report. I said, well, you would just be getting the cops in your local city in trouble because that's illegal if they're just reading to you reports. But separate from that, police reports and things like that are public. Pull it.
Yeah.
Pull it if that's the case. And that's why Rosie kept yelling, pull the report. It's a lie. And I actually believe her about it being a lie because she comes across as more annoyed than like triggered. If she would have came like more triggered or been in tears over all of this, or look what you could do to my marriage, I would believe them. But the fact that Rosie just seems like genuinely annoyed with it continuously coming up, I think people just don't like this lady because she's not from Rhode Island. It's a small state. They've said they do this to people when they move there, but don't be alleging that someone's cheating and doing all this crazy stuff without proof. If you can get the proof with Rula, get the proof with Rosie. Since y'all hoes seem to know everybody.
I was going to say, Rosie's proof is easier to get.
Right. Much easier. It's a public easier
to get. It's easier to get than, Brian out there with the blonde lady, that owns, a quarter of his business that he's suing right now.
It was just funny, but Rosie handled these ladies appropriately and I loved it. At the end of it, Rosie pretty much let us know she doesn't care about the future she has with Kelsey, and Kelsey looked a little bothered by it. Let me get these comments and then we will move on to the bullshit that is Liz. He don't look like he fuck worth a damn either. Naya. It's sad when you can look at a man and tell he's bad in bed, but it happens.
It happens, especially when there's a shortage of men. You know, that's usually where that comes from.
A waste. A doggone waste. I appreciate that. Yes, you guys, don't forget to hit the like button on your way in or out. Also want to take a minute to acknowledge the replay gang. I do appreciate everyone who watches, whether you subscribe or not. I do appreciate it because it does help the channel. I'm just a little YouTuber. I'm small but mighty. Small but mighty. Let's see. Thank you, Naya. I appreciate you. It's probably a little smoky. Oh no, Vienna sausage. Y'all are cutting up. She really tried to convince Rosie she was in the right. They forget to be on the news. You have to have gone to college. Usually, Rosie is intelligent. I feel like maybe more intelligent than some of these women in the group. I guess Alicia says slam pig all the time. Alicia was funny. Alicia's just funny. The stuff she says, she's in her own world. She's definitely in her own world. They don't like Rosie because she's not from Rhode Island. I think that's pretty much part of it. And she's successful. That ex-date, Paula Abdul, back in the day. I think you're right, James. She is embarrassed.
Yeah. She's definitely embarrassed by it. Like I said, look at Marlo Hampton. Marlo wore that flag very proud and got a whole lot of shit out of it. So, you know, lady, it ain't that. And here's the thing: you a colorless woman. At the end of the day, that shit don't even hit y'all. It does.
I feel like it's because of where she's living, because it's so small. Maybe she's.
But the queen bee, the Cinder Snowflake here accepts your lifestyle. It was defending the shit. So
Hot Mess Express.
Yeah.
Maybe her mama secret. I don't know. Her mom seems to be okay with it. I don't understand Kelsey, but as Nia said, be a proud hoe. Wave that freak flag. Don't wave the freak flag.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm telling y'all. Times is hard.
We're going to have to put our moderator in the corner. Talking about wave the freak flag. Being an American hoe ain't cheap. Do it big, bitch. You know what?
I'm trying to tell you, I couldn't have said it better myself.
Oh, Lord. I cannot. Right. If you bring it up, you better have the receipts. That's just what I feel. I'm getting tired of housewives just saying shit to say shit. Show me the receipts, please. And it needs to be longer than a CVS receipt. Meant to say Alicia, not Liz.
No, same thing.
Yeah,
same thing. They all look the same. Same thing.
That's why Alicia's a fan favorite, because she says random stuff. We'll grow out of it. The fan favorites never.
She ain't my fan favorite, so you know.
Slime pig. Lord, right. Took his own chair. I cannot. Y'all, but yeah, Rosie's not fucking with Kelsey. So we gonna move forward. Liz's cat Ganji died. I'm sorry to hear that, Liz. I'm really sorry to hear that. I hate when people lose an animal. But that's all the kindness I have in my heart for you today, Liz. That is all I have for you. We discussed Rula hinting that Liz and Jerry may have cheated on each other. Rula says that she was just busting Liz's chops. I said, Rula, you've been crying all week, all month, all season, all year about how the ladies have been busting your chops about what your husband is doing, to where you have been our first remote housewife. You are working from home, hashtag WFH. And now you have the audacity to say that you were just busting this lady's chop by alleging that she and her husband cheat on each other. Like, Rula, please figure out what you want to do. I don't understand it. Rula doubles down and says that she has had chats with Liz about infidelity. Rula also did not say anything clear. She talked in circles. She talked in metaphors that did not make sense. She was a Lil Wayne song after the Carter 3. It just did not make sense. Like, I don't understand what Rula was trying to do. Because I was like, wait, Liz is your ally, I thought. Like, why are you coming for her? I don't quite understand that. Liz does clarify based on what Rula said, because Liz was like, I don't mind being open. And she pretty much lets us know that she met up with a guy that she hadn't seen in 30 years, that she used to be, or insinuates she used to be romantically involved with. And Liz says that Rula and Brian called her husband, Jerry, at 6 o'clock in the morning, the very next day that they saw this happening with Liz and this man. And before we could even get further, Rula interrupts and is like, that's not true. That's not true. Subpoena the phone records. Rula, who is subpoenaing phone records over another couple that is not divorcing and is not in court? Like, what is the point? Even if it did happen, they worked past it and they still together. They just welcomed a grandchild. Like, I would be okay if Rula were coming for Joellen like this, but I feel like she's just trying to look for whoever on the cast had bullshit in their marriage and is trying to throw it out there to kind of make it look like she's not the only one. I don't like people who do this. Let's say something got exposed about my marriage. Mr. Best knows better. But let's say something got exposed about my marriage or something, and then I try to expose some shit in James's marriage. Like, that's not fair. And it doesn't change what's been exposed about mine. So I don't understand the angle that Rula was trying to take, but I think it says what type of bitch she is. It's giving Karen. Who subpoenas phone records? You're not an attorney.
Like, first of all, the phone records wouldn't prove shit.
Right.
Let's not act, because it still could have been said. It still could have got to Jerry, whatever the fuck her husband's name is. It still could have got back to him by y'all. And the thing about it is, Liz wasn't even mad at that shit, because she knew what she was doing. Y'all thought y'all had something on her and tried to get her in trouble. But Rula, this is where you're fucking stupid, because you weren't the one who brought that on camera. Alicia was. And if you were smart, you would have dragged Alicia's ass in it, because Alicia is the one, y'all, who really put that shit out there.
Yep.
And I would have dragged Alicia by her two front teeth and threw her ass on the bus. So when Alicia said it, what's up, Liz? Because ain't that the man? Ain't that him? What happened with that? I'm just saying. Like, see, y'all too scared of it. She did. She got away with murder, and y'all too scared of Liz for me. I'm sorry. Y'all are. Like, I wouldn't give a fuck about Liz's feelings. And when I say a fuck, I won't give a fuck, a kidney, a liver, two shits, and a dog for Liz. Fuck you. You know you slept with that man. It is what it is. Your husband don't give a fuck, because he probably has somebody too. And that's what it is. What do we care for? But the fact that Rula was backpedaling and nervous and got the panting up and down in that chair looking at Liz, and no, we need to talk about this. I did not do that, Liz. Then what the fuck were you talking about then? Obviously, it's something that is around y'all that y'all know about, but y'all too scared to bring it to her.
Yep. That's the truth. That's the truth. I don't like it. I don't like how they're acting afraid of Liz. So I wouldn't be able to be in the friend group, because I'd be cussing everybody out week after week. Oh, James, we gonna fight before it's over.
I know. I know.
R.I.P. to Ganji. Oh,
my condolences.
Let's see. It's the only pity I have for She-Hulk.
Yeah.
All that back and forth tells me Liz be lying up under another man. Yeah. I'm sure Dino ain't the only one.
No, I'm sure he's not either. But the thing about it is her disposition when someone calls that out. It's the way she looks at people and it's like literally pushes them into submission. It's like, listen, I said, Liz got the right people with Rula and Alicia and Joellen and all those people that shit works on. Because that shit wouldn't work with me. What you looking at me like that for? I said what the fuck I said.
Liz knows what she's doing with this group. Rula chickened out when it came to Liz. She
They
did.
all did. They all did. It wasn't just Rula. It was Joe Ellen,
Yep.
Kelsey, Alicia, all of them
When they
chickened
could
out
have
when it
banded
came to
together and got her to see
exactly
some
and got
shit
her.
by
Yeah,
herself,
because the way Liz tried to mind fuck y'all, and she didn't even do a good job. I can't wait till you get to that part.
it annoyed me. It annoyed me. It kind of reminds me. The only thing that worries me about this cast is they do kind of remind me of the dynamic that's on Potomac. I'll get into that more later, but they give that energy. Rula needed to mind her health and her business. Right. Eat a cheeseburger, bitch. Sit down. Let's see. She def has something with Dino. He in trouble with the government. They want their money. But Rula don't believe evidence about her own man. Oh no, Naya, she believes it.
She
She's just not
believes it.
gonna tell us that she believes it.
She believes it, but the problem is that I would respect her a lot more if she's saying, "I allow my man to cheat. It is what it is. I don't give a fuck, and I ain't going nowhere." Boom. If
Yeah, but
Rula would come at them like that, I would have so much more respect for her because at the end of the day, she ain't underestimating her opponent. She know what he do. She don't give a fuck as long as he pay the bills and pick up them kids when I say. And if I can go on vacation and spend my money the way I want to spend my money, he can do whatever the fuck he wants to.
that's fair. I think
Yeah,
honestly, that's all we want with reality TV. It goes true to the type of television reality. Just give us
yeah.
the fucking reality of your situation. People will feel how they feel, but eventually they'll move on. What's poppin' Q1J TV?
Hey,
The link to
Kiwa.
your channel, it's in the description of this video. It's also in the live chat if you are here now. Let's get Kiwan to 1,000. She is close. She's over 900, and she supports myself and James and a whole bunch of other creators. Those are the people who deserve the biggest blessings. So let's
Yeah,
support her.
that's my
Let's
girl.
support
Yes,
her.
y'all do that. Yes.
She got me doing these damn scripted shows, and I was so against reviewing scripted TV, but because of Kiwan, I tried, and it's going all right. Uh, I don't give a damn about that tanned leather crocodile menopausal bug-eyed strain vein crazy ass Liz. Well,
Well, and in that order, okay. I
listen,
couldn't have listen. I couldn't have. Now you need to bring your ass up here and take my seat. I couldn't have read it better myself.
the tan is paid for, but in some ways, so is the leather crocodile skin because I'm sure the makeup didn't help. The menopause probably making her crazy. The bug eyes coming from the weed and whatever else she's doing. So you summed it up. Poor Liz. She really thought she looked good this season. I might need a chair in that corner tonight. Honestly,
No.
you see, I didn't even think to put you in the corner. Look, okay, my moderator has put you in the corner, but he's provided you with the chair, so you can't be in too much trouble, Naya. That's my thugging cousin. Okay, that's my thugging cousin. Naya could do no wrong. I agree, James. Own it. Like Rena said. Oh
She
Lord,
would.
I can't with Lisa
She would.
Rena.
Yeah, she would know.
She needs to own some things
She need to
about
own some things
herself.
too, but she would know. I get it.
Remember when Kim tried to get Lisa Rinna to own some shit about her husband and all hell broke loose at that
She,
time?
yeah, she would know. Yeah, right. Because did she do it? I don't think so. Don't you dare talk about my husband.
Kim said, "What are you gonna do?" And got right in her face.
She said, "Maybe you need to eat some bread, and maybe you'll calm down."
I love Kim Richards, and nobody can make me not love her. And I hope that she gets sober so that she can go read another bitch. I love me some Kim Richards. I
Yes.
do. There goes Kiwan's link again, you guys, in the chat. And y'all, I am watching The Polygamist. I am. I'm not going to cover The Polygamist. Maybe after I finish all 22 episodes, I'll just get on live and go on a rant with Kiwan JTV and whoever else watches. But I don't think I'm going to cover it episode for episode. My husband is watching The Polygamist. We are invested. It is addicted. Messy ass Africans. Jonas ain't shit. Sorry. Said what I said. Link above is for Kiwan J. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's get her to 1,000. Let's get James to 500. A lot of good creators are actually about to hit milestones. I'm proud of both of them. They are thriving. Let's see. No, sir, I'm struggling to coming on YouTube myself. I love them. But you're here. You're here. AB and Naya have been cutting up since
Yes, they
James'
have.
video. And I'm not mad at it. We gonna let them frolic. Let them frolic in the corner together. Lord help us. That table was almost flipped. Uh-oh. Kevin Reynolds coming with an opinion that I agree with. Do not understand this fan favorite admiration for Alicia. She's hella
Clock it.
work. Her and this saying of cracker is so performative, sounding like a freaking parrot. Shut the hell up, Alicia. Annoying and acky. Kevin, say it again and again and again.
Please.
Because me and James have kind of expressed this. Like, I can understand that the fans like her, but it's like, are we going to be so
I
excited because
listen.
she wants a cracker?
She ain't no damn like who's a fan favorite that like people really don't speak bad of. Like she ain't no. I can't even think of a housewife. Like
Hell, they all done pissed us off at this point.
right at some point or another. The only person I'm gonna think of that realistically I enjoy and that I not because I read her profiles too at times, but she wrong. I was gonna say Mary, but that's
Alicia gives Kathy Hilton a little bit. Like, it's just the little funny, quirky sayings, but I don't think it's gonna last. Eventually, it'll come off as disingenuous. But
yeah, Kathy Hilt without the money.
yes, definitely, definitely. Girl, Harry Hamlin is metrosexual as the day is long. Let
I'm,
lips
I'm
get mad at that.
I'm shutting my mouth and I'm minding my business.
I'll never forget his love scenes with Ian Gallagher on Shameless. I loved that show, the US version. I said, oh, he's a little comfortable. He's real good at this. Real good at it. Was this reunion good? The reunion was, I was entertained the whole time. I'm not going to say it's bad. I would give it a 2.5 out of 3 if I had to. I was annoyed with Rula because Rula, the whole reunion, cut everybody off. Even when it wasn't about her, she kept talking. It made it very difficult to watch and deal with. Like, I was annoyed. I was
I was
kind of
annoyed with her and Liz's manipulation tactics.
so I'm not alone. Alicia be playing ditzy. It's a lot for me.
It is.
Yeah. Alicia's full of shit. I saw that just with her husband. She tried to make it seem like something, and this man has legally prepared to take care of her even after his demise, even though they ain't married. And they're not married because of her, not for his lack of trying. Like, Alicia's full of it. My story been lit. I'm on episode 15, and let's get James to 500. It has. It has. That's why I love Key Watch ATV. She always go find a way to make us smile. I'm gonna bring some cold to drink as we drag these hoes. Oh Lord. I enjoyed this more than Atlanta. Atlanta's episode was in, but I think what it is we're at the end of the season here. But with Atlanta, we're at the end. So we're getting to that point where we're like, the same stuff, the same beefs, but it's because we're more than halfway through the season. So, you know, we'll get back we're waiting for the reunion, I think, with Atlanta, especially with this K Michelle bullshit. Yes, Harry has played gay for way too many movies. Oh, so many. So many.
I wasn't gonna say nothing, but yeah.
Not earn a check she don't deserve. Rula is one of the worst kinds of women for me, intentionally slow. Exactly. She's one of the top finance people that you can hire in the country, but just stupid.
Mm-hmm.
She got the backbone too late, AB. Like, you should have got out of the bed and faced those women. And the energy that Rula had at this reunion, she should have had it with them through the season. And I bet you they would have stopped bringing the shit up. But now she want to holler at a reunion after taking them back. Like, I cannot. Y'all do not like Alicia. Okay, chat. Shout out Kevin Reynolds. Lord, he done started an uprise. Where was I? Moving forward, they asked the cast if they feel like Liz is scary. And Alicia and Rosie were at least honest and said that sometimes she is scary, and that it depends on the day. I'm not going to waste time entertaining a bunch of grown ass women acting like they're afraid of nobody. Where is Tupac? Only God can judge me. That's the only person I fear. Like, what? Are we really acting afraid of Liz?
I mean, why? If someone could explain to me why we're supposed to be afraid of Liz, maybe I will understand it better. But to me, all I see is fragile ass clear lady who literally You just thump her on the nose and she gonna fall over and cry. So I don't understand what we afraid of.
I'm scared of what?
Mother,
Mother
not mother.
Hubbard. Naya, go to the corner. Oh my God. Shout out to the replay gang and those watching. Hey, Naya have brought a smile to everybody's face. I cannot. I just cannot.
Not Mother Hubbard. I'm done.
Jesus.
Oh my god, that shit was funny
Naya
as hell.
said, I'm not behaving for shit today. Naya said, I got time this evening. She does scare me. Damn. Hot Mess Express. I cannot. But Liz does have like this. I wouldn't want to be alone with her. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm not gonna lie. Something about Liz is kind of intimidating. Not the old lady who lived in a shoe.
I'm not scared of nothing. Liz can bring all of that energy. I am ready. Because what you gonna
Right. I
like?
feel like
What
she
you
be
gonna do?
so. I don't feel like this lady be sober, and I feel like Liz, if you just push her, not even hard, she'll it'd take a lot for her equilibrium to get back right. I don't feel like she's nothing to be afraid of.
No.
I just don't. So they tried to go to break through this reunion. They tried to go to break a couple times, but Rula would not shut the fuck up. She says to, as soon as Andy is like, okay, ladies, we're going to take a break, Rula turns to Liz and says, I want to talk to Jerry. I'm going to have a conversation with him. And I'm just like, Rula, why? Like, please settle down. Why do you need to talk to her husband? What for? What is there to discuss? Jerry don't give a damn. Jerry understands his position as a housewife's husband because Liz is close with Dolores over there. Okay? Jerry knows to show up, be quiet, be nice to everybody, and stay out the bullshit. That's what I've noticed. Joellen's husband, he doesn't understand that. Brian, he does not understand that. Rich, he understands that. Rich and Jerry, they understand. Let these hoes do what they do, and we'll show up when they tell us to. The rest of the husbands are too involved. And I'm looking at Rula like, do you feel any way about Rula wanting to talk to Jerry?
No, because it's the way for her to bullshit her way up out of it. Lady, you said what you said. If you saw what you saw, then why the fuck you need to talk to him for? It is what it is. That shit happened years ago.
I'm just looking at my notes, James, and I'm so sorry, but I'm like, I did the best I could with these notes, but I'm just seeing a bunch of like, we start a subject and then Rula interrupts. I did what I could. So
That's fine. No, you good. You
because the
good.
lady would not shut up. So I'm doing the best I can, y'all. Listen to those girls. Listen, those girls were always at my sister's. So growing up, they didn't like Liz. Lord. A woman not secure in her own skin couldn't say shit to me. What color are you really? Because that tan is leaking in your bloodstream. Not your bloodstream. Keep watching. She hasn't watched. She said Rula talked.
Yeah, she wasn't the church mouse that she usually is in the season. Except when it came to Liz. Everybody else she had energy for, especially Joelle.
She talked a lot. She talked from the beginning of the reunion to the end when Andy gave them their lunch breaks and they breaks in between, they bathroom breaks. Rula talked more than Rula talked more than me and James talking a week on YouTube. Okay. She did not stop. And I'm worried that she won't ever stop talking again.
No, I'm worried she talking too much, and her husband finna make her look like a fucking fool on next episode, and I cannot wait to watch it.
Oh, James
I
said I
cannot
have
wait to watch it. I am going to jump up and down, y'all, because I know this man finna make her look so fucking stupid. Because, oh God, yeah.
Rula acted a donkey, Kiwan. She did. You called it. Rula wants to catch the others cheating to take the heat off of her. Yep, I truly believe that.
Well, a better storyline would be you leaving your husband, so that way you ain't got time to do this.
But culturally, I don't think she wants to do that. I feel like that might be the only
Well,
thing.
ma'am,
Her family has to understand if
look,
she leaves.
Mama, daddy, whoever is keeping me in this marriage, look, I need to get the fuck out because I'm tired of this man not coming home and sleeping with every other, Sally, Richie, and Susie in town. I'm not gonna go there with y'all. Like, I got to go. I get this is my second divorce. Oh, the fuck well. It didn't
Yeah,
work.
what you gotta do. She'll
Shit.
be all right. Now she didn't shut up. Yep, pretty much. Rula wants to be someone else. Rula wants someone else to be a cheater so bad.
It's
Yeah,
so pathetic.
Kiwan, you gonna be annoyed, but I'll be looking forward to your review. I'm gonna be chuckling. I'm
Same
gonna be
here.
chuckling because the way Kiwan J reads is special. I'm gonna be chuckling. I am. Imagine a squawk and a chirp every 5 minutes.
Pretty much.
Literally, Naya, not a squawk and a chirp. That's what she did though. Moving forward, after Rula does all of that at break, we move on to Ashley. Nobody watched Ashley on TV before she was a housewife. I don't think this is the forum for The Bachelor. Ashley moved to Rhode Island in 2021. She cried 7 times this season. It felt like more. According to Rosie, there's an online tracker out there somewhere. And Audrey's is doing well. So well from the show that Jarrett is now even more stressed out. So nothing has changed. James, let me not say your name like that, but how did you feel about the segment of Ash?
Good luck, Ashley. Take care.
Buenas noches.
Next.
Thank you. Next.
Yeah.
I do not want, nor do I desire, to have another season of Ashley crying. I don't care to have her back as a full-time housewife. I do think that she should stay as a friend of for Rosie, but I don't want to watch Jarrett be grumpy again. That wasn't fun for me. Nor was it entertaining. That's all. I don't dislike Ashley. I don't dislike Jarrett. I actually think she's sweet. I think she brings some balance. I think she'd make a great friend of. Ashley gives Shamia before she became a housewife in the best ways. That's all. If James wants to add anything, we'll stay, but
take care, Ashley. God bless you. Move on.
Okay. Sorry to Ashley fans. I really like her.
I like her too. I love her, but this not the time or place.
She's a loyal, good friend.
Yes. Beautiful girl, but no.
But when she cry, I think of when I used to cry when I didn't get my way as a kid. And my dad said, you better cut them tears out before I give you something to cry about. That's what I find myself wanting to say to Ashley in my television. And I don't think it's healthy. But maybe she'll do better next year. That's it. All right. Being on her first husband, I'd like to hear from him. Kelsey was the one who watched Ashley's season. Of course. This explains why Kelsey is trying to, okay, this makes sense. Yeah, of course. Did baby Prozac, aka Ashley, have a package and Tacky Giselle didn't? Yes. Even Ashley got a package because while she cried and she wasn't the most entertaining of this cast, she wasn't not entertaining. Like, she did provide some type of interest and she did have a storyline. I will give her that. But she gives me like the Brooks family on Salt Lake City. She doesn't have much.
Great comparison.
Yeah, like they don't give much, but she's participating and no divorce is happening anytime soon. Like, that's all I can think. I actually think Ashley would fit that cast better, but I'll digress. Can we replace Heather with Ashley on Salt Lake City, actually?
Can we get rid of Heather and we can replace Ashley? I will put Meredith over here with these ladies and put Ashley in place of Meredith.
I actually think Meredith and Liz together would be the funniest television.
Absolutely. I am disengaging right now, Liz.
Can you imagine Meredith putting her hand from the top of your head down in front of Liz's face and yelling she's disengaging? That could be great television.
It can be. Yeah, I could see it.
Oh, Lord. Jarrett will find something to complain about. He's unhappy because he's successful, is what she said. And I'm kind of like,
Ain't
so
that the
now you
point?
guys are making more money. If she comes back next season, I want to see that your success from Housewives has afforded y'all the ability to hire a fucking staff so he can be home and only working maybe like 60 hours a week instead of 100. Like, I cannot. Yes, a friend of is good for Ashley. Ashley is the Marks family long lost cousin. Damn. He's in love with coffee. Jared gives depression. He does seem a little like he just seems
It's something. I don't know if it's depression, but it's definitely something.
No, I don't know, but we wish them the best. Rula comes for Joellen again. We haven't gotten to their segment yet. Rula is just coming for Joellen because she just could not wait. Rula insinuates that Joellen was kicked out of college and high school. Joellen's like, well, yes, I talked about that, but I wasn't kicked out of college. Rula says, yes, you were. And Joellen got annoyed and looked at her, shut your mouth. Thank you, Joellen. Because that's pretty much it. We go to another break. They take a break. They show the ladies. And Rula then says to Andy, Andy, yeah, I have Brian's surgery records. It's like,
Nobody gives a fuck about you having
what?
like
What?
no, the only thing that would make that relevant for me, Rula, is if you brought the surgeon who did the surgery.
Why do you have Brian's surgery records? Rula, you could have just logged on to my chart on your phone. Do you know I would have took Mr. Best's phone and logged into his my chart and showed it that way? It is 2026. Rula, please. Andy did, and she had to say his name twice. She said, Andy, and I saw his eyes look, and he just did not speak. And she said, Andy. James, I did not know what to do with Rula for taking notes for this shit. This is one of the hardest reunions I've had to take notes and recap, and I am not
It's
gonna
because
lie.
she couldn't sit down somewhere and shut the fuck up. Like, I'm just like, lady, if you don't be quiet.
But it's like we can't ignore it.
Yeah.
What she
It's
said, like
I just want her husband just to embarrass her. I'm ready for it because this is what her ass gonna get. I'm ready for it.
I cannot. I cannot. She has Brian's surgery records though. This is where Joellen tells Rula that Brian tells her things and uses AI to print things to support his lies. Production had to stop them. It was telling them to save it for the break. We come back for the break and they try to get into Joellen's segment, but Rula kept cutting her off. Joellen was saying that she was laid off from her job, right? Which we all knew. James made us aware of it on my channel, which we appreciate. Before the reunion was even filmed. Now, she didn't get to explain why she lost her job, but she said she was laid off. Laid off is different from being fired. Laid off is different from being terminated. To be laid off means that usually your job just either is eliminating your position or your company could go under, things of that nature. If you're laid off, you're pretty much guaranteed unemployment, thank God. But she says she's laid off. Rula is interrupted this girl and starts going in on her. And Joella told her again to shut her mouth and explained that she was laid off along with 6 other people because the company decided to do that. But Joellen did confirm that they did have a conversation with her prior to her being laid off because of Brian calling her job. So Joellen was fair and made it clear that Brian was not the reason that she got fired. It was very hard for us to get that out because Rula wouldn't shut the fuck up. But that is what we get of that. Do you want to, how did you feel all that I just said? I know it was a mess.
Well, I'm glad she clarified it. I'm glad that she did clarify what she could at least, without really interrupting. And that's it. I'm glad she brought clarity to the situation. As I said, I don't have a problem with Joellen. I do think she's messy, but it's the forum and it's necessary for the show because we wouldn't have a show without her.
I agree. I don't like how she moves. I wouldn't be her friend in real life, but for the sake of the show, I don't mind it. It keeps it going. But I want to see what she does with some mess about her comes out, because I see her and everybody else's shit. I want to see how she handle it when some shit about her come out, which
Right.
they got a season 2. We'll be here, so that's a good thing. I am surprised Joellen didn't throw her shoe at that half of the couch.
Some would have flew at that end of that couch. I'm telling you, I don't know what
I
it would
would
have
have
been.
pulled a Portia Williams and tried to tackle her, because
And hope that she hit Liz and as collateral. Yeah.
not hope that she hit Liz. Andy Show did ignore that girl. She basically said, "Your Honor, I submit another lie." Rula get on my nerves.
Terrible.
Andy said, "You don't even go here." Right.
Well, she's gonna be on season 2, so see what she brings.
They can't get rid of her now, especially how she
Yeah.
acted at the reunion. Oh, if I was production, I'd keep her just to make a fool of her.
Yep. And that's exactly what I would do too.
Whoop-de-doo, Rula. Rula is hell on Will. She is Gemini. I call it Gemini. She is straight Gemini, and she don't care if she wrong. She don't care who she lie on. She is Gemini for the betterment of evil, and I want her to stop. God, that's why I went to anger management. I said I can't be Gemini like this. I got to get control of this shit. Rula need help. Pull out Liz's teeth and mush Rula in her face. They will spiral. Not pull out her teeth. Andy doesn't like women who don't show up to work. He doesn't. It seems like Andy is fair towards most of the housewives in terms of who he likes and doesn't like, but the ones that don't show up, he don't care for. Like Dorit, I think that's why he don't like her still to this day, because she never really showed us much. Now she's going through it and showing something, but acting like an ass. So it's kind of like, eh. Kevin Reynolds said, "I forgot which housewife said it, yet I laughed in agreement because it's true when they said Rula was in 2 episodes this season and now wants to talk a lot at this reunion. I am weak."
It was the housewife you don't like on this franchise, Kevin. It was the one that you say you don't see it for.
Oh, it was Joellen?
It was Joellen.
I saw another housewife said that. I saw Monica Garcia. I know she's not a housewife no more. She said something, and then I know Crystal Kung Minkoff said something
She
similar,
said something too, yep.
and someone else did. I can't remember because they're probably from a cast of housewives I don't watch, but a lot of them have looked at Rula like, this bitch is blown up, gonna get a good salary of season 2, and she really didn't do shit.
Yep.
She didn't do shit. Joellen said that, and she was right. Hey, DM Ross. Joellen is a Leo. Ah, this makes sense. Arrogant and prideful. That makes sense. And very confident. Leos are extremely confident. I was raised by one. I have trauma. We then move. I could not like Joellen, yet the comment was hilarious. It was, because it's true. It's true. It's so true. Y'all, we move on to Liz saying that Alicia was never homeless. Let me tell y'all, the way these people went over this with no care and none of that, you could tell nobody wanted to discuss this. NBC didn't want to touch it because I expected them to dig more into this, but they did not. It's very easy to Google the HUD definition of homelessness for the federal government of the United States of America. But I digress. Liz immediately apologizes to Alicia. She says that she never wanted to do anything but protect her when she made the comment that she was not homeless. And by definition, couch surfing can count as homeless, but she was not couch surfing, is the thing. She had a barrier to being homeless, which was her family. I work with the homeless, so I know the HUD definition as well as the local definitions of California and a few other states. So Liz did go through something, but she was not fully homeless. However, whatever the hell, we're glad she's okay. Liz says that she meant to protect Alicia. Alicia says that she was embarrassed for having a shitty father. I actually thought that that was relevant. I think a lot of people sometimes feel embarrassment for the way that our parents are, the way that they raise us, or other things. That's okay. And I'm glad that she can admit it. And I hope that she goes and gets therapy for it. That's all I'm going to say with that. Liz says that she felt ambushed in the car on the way to the Capo in Boston. She says she felt ambushed by Alicia and Joellen. They explained they did not know or plan to ambush her about the homeless comment in the car. But Liz made the comment that Kelsey and Joellen had some sort of a text thread about ambushing Liz with this comment. And I'm like, well, if that's the case, why would they show it to you? How do you know that? Like, Liz was just saying shit without any form of proof. Liz then seemed hell bent on believing that she was ambushed because of a voice note. But my thing is, if you were aware of this voice note at filming, then why didn't you say that on camera? Also, if you felt ambushed because of a voice note and you knew this was coming, then why even ride with them? Like, no matter what way Liz tries to cut it, it's not making sense and she's not providing us any proof. And Alicia gets upset because Liz says that Alicia amped herself up in the car. And pretty much what's happening, you guys, is Liz just is not going to admit that she's wrong. That last scene with her and Kelsey that we saw in the season finale, where Kelsey asked her, do you ever think you're wrong? Jokingly. I don't think Kelsey was joking. I think she truly realized that about Liz. I don't think Liz will admit that she's wrong. But, you know, of course, you can't apologize to someone for making a comment and then say that they amped themselves up and made themselves want to cry. Like, that's crazy. If James comes to me and is crying, and then later on we have a talk about something, and then I was like, yeah, but you amped yourself up. It's like, no, maybe the person was really upset and they decided to cry. They may not have had a reason to, but maybe she was really bothered. So I didn't like that Liz did that. But they move on to discuss Joellen's hair being pulled, her being pushed in the chair, and all this crazy stuff that happened at Capo. Liz at first made it seem like she was going to admit that she was wrong, but then she kept trying to flip it on Joellen. She kind of refuses to apologize for the pulling of the hair and the fact that she was physical with Joellen. You tried to make it seem like Joellen was making false allegations against you being violent, but the case of it was is you were physical. You did not keep your hands to yourself and you did do something violent. You just didn't do enough to hurt her, but that doesn't make the shit that you did okay. Because I would have flipped her old ass out of that fucking chair. Has she done some shit like that to me? You slide me in my chair, I would have stood up, probably socked you in your face and pushed your chair forward so you fall. And then I would have walked out of there. You're not going to do people like that in real life. And Liz knows that she was wrong, but she refused to acknowledge it. And then she used the excuse of her and Joellen not being close as why she didn't see it as a big deal. But then Joellen's like, we were just together last week for Mother's Day. They still text, they still talk. So I'm like, why is she trying to negate her friendship? Like, listen, just because I get mad at James for something, very rare that it happens, but if I do get mad at him for something, I'm not going to suddenly play down the friendship and make it seem like we're just not that close. Like that's kind of a cop out.
It
and,
is.
and especially disrespectful if you ever intend to make peace again. It's like, how can she trust that what you're doing is actually genuine? Now, what Liz is saying about Joellen is true. I do think her and Joellen are one and the same. I think they're both mean. I think they're both messy. I think they both move the same way. And I think that's why they can't get along.
Yes.
I genuinely believe
Yes.
these two women are the same. And when it comes to catching them both in some bullshit, they rather blame the other instead of admitting fault.
That's
That's what
exactly
I
what I was
thought.
going to say. That is exactly what I was going to say. Because the problem wasn't the ambush. It really wasn't the ambush. The problem is that, as Liz said, she has literally been in this lady's life since she was born. Literally since she was born. So how dare you try to intercept what I'm trying to do because I have her better interest than you do. That's exactly what this is. This was a tit for tat because they were doing the exact same thing. Like, I don't know if I felt like Joe Ellen was antagonizing the situation as much as Liz was putting it on. It really did look like someone just saying, hey, look, okay, obviously this is upsetting her. Let her be upset. Like, it is okay. If she feel that way, she got a right to it. She does. Like, by definition, she does have a right to be upset if this is the person that she's known since birth telling her story, knowing that she was there the entire fucking time. It is upsetting because how dare you try to rewrite my story when you were there and you saw what happened?
True. Very true.
So I kind of feel like I saw exactly where Joe Ellen was coming from. It was kind of like you were trying to make it seem like I was plotting on you to make you look like you were a bad friend to her, which you were in that moment. I didn't have to make that up. The camera saw it. Now, did Alicia play it up? Yes, she did. But at the same time, I don't know how that affects her. So we don't know her. So we can't really be like, oh my gosh, she was, just over exaggerate. We don't know what that does to her. We don't know her. So I can't say that. But at the same time, Liz, you were wrong. And instead of you owning up to it, you shouldn't even have to apologize for that shit. Because what you just did in that moment discarded your apology. It now means nothing. And you don't give a fuck anyway. So I don't even know why we're wasting our breath. But Liz, that was some fucked up shit. There's no way I could have sat across from her. Hearing her try to play that in my face after apologizing for what she did. So
Liz is manipulative, but she's bad at it. I hate people who try to gaslight and be manipulative and are not good at it. I don't like people who tell lies, get caught in them, and think it's okay. Liz does all of those things. Joellen does as well, but I'm kind of like, Liz, I'm looking at her crazy, but I'm still looking at Joellen crazy because I still feel away from the first episode of how Joellen has come at what's her face's marriage and other people's business and things of that nature with no proof, but then seems to, I don't know, the way I just feel they're the same. They're the same.
They're the exact same two people.
They're literally the same. It's just one is older and got bad skin. Liz, please shut the fuck up. Please, Liz. Thank you, Nia Green. She could go vape off stage. Rosie is a Taurus. Alicia is a Sagittarius.
Makes sense.
That also makes sense. Kelsey is an Aquarius.
That definitely makes sense.
Being a Sagittarius does not make sense because she should be less afraid to do things. Liz being a Capricorn makes sense. They be lying, they be messy. I'm sorry, but they're fun. They're very fun. Ashley is a Pisces. All they do is cry. It's true, Pisces, men and women. All they do is cry. My brother is a Pisces. I love him to death.
Okay.
But they cry a lot. They're really emotional. They're really emotional. Liz acts like she needs something strong. She do. Where is the proof, Liz? That's a lie, right? Liz is a Capricorn. I don't claim her, Naya. I mean, she seems fun. Capricorn is great fun.
When does Liz seem like she's fun? Liz is exhausting. Liz is not fun. Liz is exhausting because you say the wrong shit to Liz, and you don't even have to be generalized to her. She will flip that shit in a minute and make you look like you wrong. No, Liz is not fun. I feel like
it's with this group. And I feel like it's because she's around women that are all younger
Liz
than her.
Liz go over there to New Jersey and be with Teresa and Dolores and them.
Liz would fit that crew better. Yes, I do agree with that. The gummies aren't hitting like they used to.
Which is why I probably wouldn't buy her shit in the first place.
Kevin said, I agree with Liz. It did appear Liz was ambushed by Alicia and Joellen. It was 2 against 1. And I think the problem is Liz acted so much of a fool that her points got lost in it because she acted so much of a fool. If she wouldn't have done all that extra stuff and would have said, Joellen, if you were playing mediator, you wouldn't have only been calming one person down, then she could have had a point. But she acted
if Liz wouldn't have did what the fuck she did, Joellen would have had to have done that shit. If she would have just, let it be what it is and apologized in that car. Instead, she just looked at Alicia like Alicia was fucking crazy and then tried to prove her point once again. Y'all look at that. I get what you're saying, but that's not what happened. Had Liz just sat there, just, said, okay, well, I'm sorry I brought that up and everything like that, Joellen wouldn't have had to get in the middle. She wouldn't have to do that.
This is also true, but let's ask Liz to be reasonable.
It is.
Menopause is a bitch, no lie. I know. Yeah. I know. It really is, and it affects everyone differently. It sure do. But it's not an excuse to act a fool. Alicia went full Karen mode in that car when it came to the homeless saga. Aggie is fine. She was never homeless too.
She was never homeless.
It's crazy. I just don't understand it. To be homeless as a child, I unfortunately did experience homelessness as a child a couple of times, and we had to go to a shelter. We had to be back at certain times. Like, there's It's weird that someone is fighting so hard to claim the term of homelessness, but I agree with you, Kevin. I agree with you there. Rock'em sock'em. Y'all are a mess. I would have dragged her out of there by her hair. Maybe. It appears there is a Liz disdain. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. But it's not obvious.
Here's the thing though. I don't care for Liz. I do not care for Joellen. I
I don't like
really
any of
do
them.
not care for Rula at all. Everyone else I can tolerate, but those three, Liz, Joellen, and Rula,
No.
they get on my nerves. However, I do see how they each contribute to helping us have a good season.
Yes.
But I
Yes.
don't like any of them hoes.
I don't
Not
either.
old Nanny McPhee ass. I am with Liz. Why you acknowledging the friendship as us being best friends? Joellen may have made that up in her head because of her past experience with the behavioral facility.
I'm sorry. If they did not fall out, Liz would have agreed with her. The problem with this situation is I do believe that they were close because there were so many instances of that in the whole show. If you look from episode 1 up until the point they fell out, you couldn't have told me differently.
I
They
mean,
had an
Liz had her
alliance.
own face in episode 1 that she, Joellen, and Kelsey were best friends.
Yes.
So that's the only thing about that. But I also do think that Joellen's past, especially as it relates to being in a behavioral health facility, I do see how that and that fucked up relationship she has with her mom and the
Mm-hmm.
questionable one with her sister, I do see how that impacts how she interacts with people. I think the problem with Liz and Joellen is I think it's kind of what James said also. If they were good, Liz would have agreed, but I don't
Yep.
think Liz agreeing would have been her true opinion. Because I have noticed throughout the whole season that when Joellen's going hard for certain things, Liz acts like she's okay with it in the moment, but then we see her in her confessional and she is kind of like, oh, I wish she'd just let it go, or it's not that deep. I don't understand why she's so invested. So Liz is everywhere, but then again, Joellen is also everywhere. That's why I say they're one and the same.
They are.
I don't side with either of them. They both get on my nerves, honestly. It's just one's too old to act that way. Liz was fun until she opened her mouth about homeless, not toothless. I cannot. Not homeless, not toothless. Lexi Lee said, I am not a fan of Liz. Don't poke the bear. No telling what Joellen learned in those facilities.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right. The last thing we see in this reunion before all hell breaks loose is they try to move back to Rosie and Liz. To Rosie, and Liz admits to asking people to delete text threads discussing Rosie. And I'm like, this is proof right here that Rosie has every right to come for you bitches. Because why
Yep.
are there text threads to delete that y'all are talking about this lady that you really didn't know like that? Just a mess. Like, why are y'all the Mean Girls Club? Please stop. Um, However, Liz was being hella manipulative. I'm like, why are we agreeing to delete messages? Andy says that this proves that Rosie has a very good reason to not be trusting of these ladies and to also be very suspicious of them. And Rosie mentions other bullying that she's endured by the cast that was not filmed and stuff that happened off camera. And we can't even, this was like the justice that Rosie deserved. I said early on in the season, I liked Rosie, it was on her side. And I'm seeing now, thank God I was right to say that because they kind of is justice for Rosie. Y'all fucking with her off camera and have text threads trying to find ways to fuck with her on camera. Liz has admitted to it, but we don't get a chance to talk about it because Rula kept chiming in and Joella got frustrated and told her to shut the hell up. And Rula started saying that it was Joellen who was a slut. And then Rula said, no, bitch, your husband is a slut. And when Joellen told Rula that her husband was a slut, Rula jumped up like she was about to have the fight of her life and snapped. And I couldn't do nothing but laugh because it looked like if you hit her nose, that it might break apart.
It's gonna split it right in half. She better sit down some damn where.
Her nose looked fragile, but Rula jumped up, got in Joella's face. It looked like Rula wanted to fight out here in these streets. Somebody give her some Vaseline. Rula,
please.
why are you this upset at something that we all know? Your husband is a slut.
And he's proud of it. He listen. I'm over Rula. Good night, y'all. I can't with her.
It's just like Rula. The man gave 40% of his medical practice to his side bitch. Has been caught on camera. He brings her around town. Okay, in the words of Joellen, does it look like Brian goes to the gym?
Right.
Girl,
get out of here, Rula. We tired.
I don't understand how you're upset that somebody call your man a slut when all he do is cheat. Liz denied it, then admitting it. I can't with her varicose brain half is so nice. I know Liz good on Nia nerves. All I heard was Giovanna from Clark saying, the snake is your man.
Right.
She said, I'm that bitch. I was that bitch. Her poor husband.
Well, his fine ass, but
right. That poor husband.
It's always the fine ones that got a crazy ass name. Yeah, let me stop.
Maybe it's true about crazy girls having good coochie because they
because when I tell you that's not what I was expecting Giovanna to have, y'all. I really was not expecting that. That was a shock to me. I said, wait a minute. Damn.
Really getting that bitch from Clark.
Okay. Gail, let me stop messing with you in your gap.
Oh, he admitted it to the husband that he cheated on camera. He did, but he didn't admit to being a slut, Nia. So Rula had to fight. She had to fight. The way she popped up in that dress, Lord, microdose for a micropeen. Nia. But y'all, that is where this reunion episode ends. It looks like, is it a two? I believe it's just a 2-part reunion.
It's just a 2-part reunion.
Which is crazy because so much is going to happen.
Yeah, but y'all got to get to Walmart before it closes, y'all. But I'll see y'all later.
Happy, enjoy. Well, y'all, I will be back live again. I was going to go live tonight to do 90 Day Fiance. I am not sure if I'm going to do that tonight. If I don't do it tonight, I will do it in the morning. But that was it for this reunion. I do appreciate all of the support from everybody who is here. Comment your opinions and thoughts on the reunion looks, whose opinions and sides you are on, all those good things. We will be back. I'm going to be adding a new show to the roster. I'll be covering the $1 Million Nannies. That is on Hulu. I will get that video out to you guys on Wednesday, as well as the finale for Calabasas Confidential. But other than that, I love y'all. I hope you have a good night. I hope you get some rest. Try not to hear Rula's voice, and we will see you next time. Adios.